Hi everyone, today I just wanted to show you my CCFL lamp that I have. I get a lot of people asking me questions about this, and it's sort of easier to explain it on video than it is in writing, because a lot of people don't understand the concept of how it can cure both LED and UV products. So before I sort of go into a bit of detail, I'll just explain the features of the lamp to you. As you can see on the back here, there's 4 different timer buttons. There's a 30-second, 60-second, 90-second and 120-second button. Now the lamp itself is a touch activated or motion censored, so if a client's going to put their hand in, it will automatically start, and as soon as they place their hand in, it will be curing the product. And it depends on the timer that you've chosen on those buttons as to how long it'll be before those lights actually switch themselves off. If you're like me and a lot of nail techs, you will do swatches and practice on practice sticks. So a feature that I really love in this lamp is that you can automatically switch it on and off as you need to, just by pressing the button. So if I press the button, it's on. If I press the button, it's off. So I press the button, it's on. And if I press the button, it's off. Now a lot of techs would know this, that when you're doing swatches, quite often the swatch that you use doesn't necessarily activate the auto buttons, like switch on feature. So I found that really handy to have. And the way it's connected is with a, I think they call them like a power pack. I can't actually show you what it is because it's underneath my desk and it's clipped in with cable tie clips and things. I'll show you a photo from the ad of where I bought mine so you can sort of get an understanding of that. So what it is, it's like a little box, and one end, the other end of this cable just sort of plugs into it. It's a bit similar, looks a bit similar to this, and it just plugs into the little box, and obviously this end plugs into the lamp, and then the other end has a cord on it which goes to your power outlet. Now the one that I got was actually a European plug, which obviously isn't going to work in an Australian outlet. So what I did was I had one of these lying around. Now they're quite commonly called a figure 8 power lead. This one, I believe, was from an old Canon printer that I had. They're quite a usual lead that you might have on some old electronics lying around. You can buy them for about $6 or $7 on eBay, but you know, before you go and buy one, just have a look around to see that you don't have something already in the house that maybe you could utilise. And it's just simply a lead, and on the other end it does have the 2-prong for the Australian power outlet. So that's all you need to change. The unit itself is okay for our wattage. There's no issues there, and our voltage. So you just simply need to change this over so that you can use it safely in your power outlet. Okay, so moving on, one other feature that I really liked about this lamp is that the base is removable. So if you wish to use it for pedicures, you can simply remove the base. These points here are actually magnets. As you can see, I've just obviously activated the sensor, so I'll switch that off. So yeah, these points are sensors, and because the base is metal, they just simply, whoops, if I put it the right way, whoops, bit of fluff, it just simply clicks on, as you can see, and you just pull it off, clip it back on. And if it doesn't line up, you just sort of give it a push, and these are just little feet, rubber feet that sort of sit on your desk. Now you can probably hear the fan. It's not overly loud, just has a little fan here that I really don't know what that's for. You can't feel it at all. I would assume it's to extract any warmth that may build up in the unit itself. It doesn't feel hot when you place your hand in there. You can feel a little bit of the warmth emitting from the lights, but yeah, it's not unbearable, or you know, it's just like any normal lamp. Now, how it actually works, you can have a look and you can see that, I'm just going to take the power cord out so it doesn't accidentally switch on. But if you have a look at the unit, there's a row of LED bulbs here and another row here, and then you have another row there of 3 on the side and another row there of 3 on the side. These 3 coils that you can see are actually the UV component of the lamp. And what it actually does is, when you do have the unit on, which I will switch it on, all the lights actually activate. All the LEDs are on the side there, they're all working. So all the lights are actually activated when you have the unit on. People get a bit confused and think, oh, there must be a switch or something that you flick for UV or LED, but that's not actually the case. What it is if you have a product that's LED curable, and it says that it's curable for 30 seconds in a 30 seconds in an LED lamp, then you just choose the 30-second button on the unit and put the hand into the unit, and it will stop after 30 seconds. So yes, although it's getting a UV cure as well as the LED cure, it doesn't matter. More importantly, when you're curing a UV product, because they are generally a product that takes a longer curing time, so say it was a Ibd Gel or something, and it has a 120 second or 180 second UV cure. The highest the lamp goes up to is a 120 seconds. So you would press that button and you would then place the hand in the unit until it deactivates, and that means it's had a cure for 120 seconds using the UV coils. Yes, it's also getting an LED cure, but that doesn't matter as long as it's getting the UV cure for the amount of time. And if it's a product that is 180 seconds, then you would just press the 30-second button and leave the client's hand in there and press the 30-second button and activate it manually, and that gives you your 180. So it's really quite simple, and I felt that it was probably easier to just explain it than on a video than try and explain it in writing, because people just find it a little bit confusing. But there is no switch. You don't change from your UV to your LED cure. It's simply the amount of time that you leave the hand in the unit that determines the type of cure it's getting. So if a product specifies UV only, this unit's still fine. It just means that you leave it in for the recommended time of the product. And as we know, every product differs, so you really just need to read your bottles or your pots of your gels and look at what is recommended. And if it says UV cure for 120 seconds, press the 120 second button and allow the client to keep the hand in the lamp until the timer, the light goes off. So I hope that's helped clear that up. Another thing I'd just like to mention is the plate being steel. When it came to me, it did have a protective blue film of plastic over here, which I simply peeled off. But I do love the fact that it's metal. It means that I can clean the plate. I don't really clean it that often. It's got a few little bits here of, it looks like gel polish, but you can get a cotton pad soaked in acetone, rub it over it. I mean, it's not really getting it off. I could leave it to sit there if I really wanted to, or rub a bit harder, but it doesn't damage the plate at all. So that was another bonus that I really liked. Look, I've got 2 of these lamps. I like a bit of indulgence, and I bought my first one and was really happy with it, and decided to be a bit indulgent and buy a second one so that my clients don't need to sort of contort and twist themselves while I'm painting their other hand. They simply have a lamp each side of them, pop in one, pop in the other, and they're just not stretching all over the place. It's comfortable for them, and it makes my job easier because they're not sort of twisting and moving and making it difficult when I'm trying to pay attention to detail and not get polish everywhere. As I said, you can take off the bottom for pedicures. You would simply just take it off and place it over the foot. So pretending this hand's a foot, you just place it over the foot. That's quite an easy way to do your pedicures. So yeah, I bought the first one, and within about, I think, 6 months I bought the second one, and they're both going really strong. My other one has a little bit of a rattle when the fan comes on. It sort of hums a little bit, it's a bit noisier, but after the first use it sort of calms down, so I just would assume that something on that fan's perhaps touching something inside the unit, but you know, it doesn't bother me, it doesn't bother my clients. It had every feature I wanted. It had the auto on, and it had the choice of times that I wanted. It's very pretty. I liked the look of it. Some of the other units I'd seen didn't excite me as much with the look. I think this is quite a cute little unit. It's certainly not overly huge. I'd say it probably measures, I don't know, I'll get a ruler. Okay, so it measures 21.5 centimetres across at its widest point, and then actually I'll do that in inches, so that's approximately, looks like 8.5 inches, and then the depth of it looks like it's about, say, 20.5 centimetres, or if we're talking imperial, it is about 7 3/4 inches. So yeah, it's not an overly big unit. It doesn't take up a lot of space. Sometimes when you look at it online, they look a lot bigger, but no, they're nice little units, as you can see. Sort of, that's my hands. I bought this from a seller off of eBay in China, and I bought it around, I bought one early in the new year last year, and I think it was here within a week, maybe 10 days, which at that time of the year with public holidays, etc., I was really surprised. I think they did send it with a fast shipping method because the unit, you know, you're paying a little bit for the unit. So just letting you know about the price, I think they're about $240. Sometimes they'll have a special where they'll do a percentage off, and I think I picked one up for $225 because it was on special. But the other one I paid full price. I didn't want to wait until it came on discounted, because you just never know. But I have noticed a few times throughout the year they do discount them. They come in a choice of the white, a nice beautiful black, and also like a pale pearly type of pink, quite a pretty colour. And they also come in a choice of US or European plugs. The voltage, let me just read this, it's a bit hard to see because you'll get glare back, so let me just try and see if you can see. I don't think you can see what's on the plate, but I'll read it. It says HD-60 LED and CCFL lamp for professional use only. Please follow manufacturer's instructions for proper cure times. Do not allow the lamp to come in contact with water. Duh, of course, people are not that stupid. Don't look directly into the light. Model HD-60. Input is 100 to 240 volts. 50-60 HZ. I don't know what the term is for that. PW is 60 watt. So the fact that it's 100 to a 240 watt unit means that it is suitable to use in Australia, because that's within our voltage of our electricity. Other countries, sorry, I can't advise you because I wouldn't have a clue. Please don't ask me questions about overexposure, underexposure, not curing products properly. This is working for me. I can only give you recommendations on how I have found it to work. And look, I know everybody says that you have to use the lamp that's recommended by the product, the brand name, but if I did that, I would have 20 different lamps that I would have to keep changing over for all my clients, and I'm just not prepared to do that. So this is what works for me. I know that there's all technical and scientific jargon about how gels cure. I really don't want to get into that with anybody, so if anybody wants to sort of raise those discussions down below, then they're probably not going to get answers from me. And if people are going to sit there and lecture others on what lamps they should and shouldn't be using and whether or not it should be product specific, those comments are probably going to get removed. I've used CND Breezer, and I've also used the CND Breezer Light in this lamp, and it has cured all the products. I've also used a number of gel polishes in this lamp, and it has cured them fine. I mainly use Ibd Just Gel Polish as my preferred gel polish. I've also used Genlll gel polish. I have also used NSI Polish Pro, I think it's called. I've used Pro Gel by Super Nail, and I've used True Gel by Easy Flow, and I'm just trying to think, I've used shellac, CND shellac, NSI Glaze and Go, that cures in this lamp fine. But yeah, unless I've listed it, I more than likely don't have that particular product, so I wouldn't be able to advise. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I love the little thing. I think they look very pretty, and yeah, I can't speak highly enough of them. So if you're looking for a new lamp, I recommend you give this one a whirl and see what you think. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you do have any questions that I perhaps haven't touched on in the video, or you want clarification of something I've said, please just leave a comment in the description box. I will get back to you. I try and get back to people within a week or two. If I don't answer you within a few weeks, please write another comment, because chances are I just haven't had that email come up in my inbox and I've completely missed your comment. I do answer every single comment that is left in my description box, unless it's a comment I don't like, or it's a comment that's contradicting something that I've said to my viewers. I don't tolerate that type of business. I don't get involved in a he said, she said. I just simply delete those types of comments, because I'm only out there to give you my point of view. Oh, just heard my cats run across the roof then, that's lovely. So yeah, like I said, if you've got any questions, just leave them in the description box below, and I will get back to you at some stage and try and answer your questions. So thanks for watching. I hope you're all well, and I would like to wish you all a really happy day. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.